So DayZ have just dropped some information about 129, and it's definitely something you need to know about. So in this incredibly short video, I'm going to go through the things that they've said and explain why they're very important, including the release date and also whether or not we'll be getting a wipe, which by the way, I'm just going to ruin right now. It's a partial wipe. I'll explain more about that in a moment. But if you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe. It really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Apparently these can break your fall and your leg. So yes, we finally have Stable's release date, and it is on the 27th of November, and they did confirm a partial wipe, which means that the maps will be wiped but your character and progress state will be safe. And they also said community servers have the option to not wipe, although they do recommend it. Personally, I do think every time they wipe officially, they're wiping for the reason, so community servers should probably follow suit. They also gave a heads up to the modding community, saying the performance fixes being deployed in 129 may affect the mods, and they recommend staying vigilant and checking the mods for any issues. But they also did something I didn't expect, and something I think a lot of players are gonna really hate, but the majority are gonna really love. They've decided to block the use of third-party software, specifically ReShade, to prevent players from gaining an unfair competitive advantage during gameplay. But what exactly is ReShade, and why is this very important? Well, ReShade allows you to add visual effects after the game has rendered an image but before it is displayed on your monitor. Third-party apps like this have been banned on many games because they do give an unfair advantage, and it is a form of exploitation if you apply the right filters. Now you may see clips all over the internet of people playing really fast and the screen looking a bit weird. Yeah, these kind of people that make those kind of clips are not going to be very happy, and honestly I think the rest of us can bask in that. It makes things stand out that probably shouldn't stand out in a competitive game. That being said, there are positive applications for things like this as well that are very important, but usually these things are handled internally anyway by the game. But regardless, if you try to use a third-party app with DayZ after 129, DayZ will just not load up. But what are your thoughts on this? Should DayZ be allowed to work with third-party apps, or is it just being used for exploitation and therefore probably a terrible idea? But for more content, click here, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.